Breaking new updates on the Georgia indictment of former President Donald Trump. We now know when he could face trial for election interference right here in Fulton County.
Well, late today, prosecutors requested a trial date of August 5th. Just over 9 months from now. Well, Atlanta News First and anchor and attorney Joy Limnacron joining us with the latest at 5 on really kind of what this means and the timeline here.
Good evening, Tracy and Alan. So that proposed trial date of August 5th, 2024 comes just 3 months before the general election. District Attorney Fani Willis filed the request just this afternoon, saying the proposal balances potential delays from the former president's 3 other criminal trials with the rights that the other defendants have to a speedy trial. The former president and 14 others would stand trial in this sprawling racketeering case 3 weeks after the Republican Party selects its presidential nominee, if the judge accepts this date. Willis had initially requested that the trial be held in March of next year, but then 2 defendants have since demanded speedy trials, and then they reached plea deals before 2 more defendants also pled out. Trump is already set to appear in court for separate cases in March as well as May. Mr. Trump's Atlanta attorney, Steve Sadow, has reportedly said that his client opposes this proposed trial date in August of 2024. Ms. Willis has said the upcoming presidential election season did not factor into her request. Alan, back to you.
Joy, thank you. Live at